in the loser's bracket.
All right, so Ethan locking in that Hattori. It's the spear, it's the sword. Wrenched playing Lucian now with the Katars and the blasters.
Of course, he's going to be sticking with those Katars. He's always been known for his Katars, but he's been tweeting about his blasters and how he's been warming up, feeling real good with these blasters, and we'll see what he can do with them as he's going to be going up against Ethan.
You know what? I really do like the Lucian pick just because Lucian is one of the highest speed legends, so that helps him stay on top of Hattori. Doesn't really let her escape from a lot of these Katar strings.
Yeah, he's going to be one of those few characters who can kind of match speed with Hattori. Hattori also a very fast character.
Ooh, interesting option off the down air there. He gets the chase dodge over into the reverse side air. So Wrench definitely been putting work into the blasters, and I really just like seeing him branch out.
Yeah, it's interesting to see kind of the new stuff that he's got. One of the big things with his, downlight side air.
Not yet enough. Manages to reset his jumps. Wrench dodging through, grabbing those Katars.
Ethan barely avoiding that side air from Wrenched. Wrenched fairly damaged here, but considering Ethan is currently unarmed, it's going to be difficult for Ethan to find that knockout blow.
Oh, but now in a tough position, unarmed. There it is, the dash jump recovery after the downlight taking the first stock.
Yeah, that weapon control coming out from Ethan, from Wrench, giving him a huge advantage over Ethan.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of been the name of the game for a while, is anytime that you get your opponent unarmed, you want to try and extend that unarmed duration as long as possible. Just because you'll be doing more damage, you'll have more options with those. Oh my gosh! The smoke cloud, Ethan just holding his ground.
He's really swinging for the fences with that. You saw him go for 2 side signatures, and then finally a wake-up down signature was the one that finally catch Wrenched. But the first 2 whiffed side signatures were pretty hard punished by Wrenched.
Oh, big turnaround from Ethan. There's a ground pound.
Oh,
another ground pound, and Wrenched is gone. Ethan has just completely turned this game around.
Wrenched went for the down signature over the corner. Ethan 100% ready for it. Had the swordplay to finish the stock. That was a big turnaround coming out from Ethan.
Such a brutal edge guard. You know, we always talk about don't play against Wrenched on the edge. Unless you're Ethan, I guess. He just had his number.
We'll see if he can continue to dial that number, though, as there's still plenty more games in this set. Wrench with the blasters now. Going to be likely looking for the setup into the downlight. Recovery does not get the connection.
Ooh, a little bit wide. Ethan still surviving, but the side signature cleaning it up. Now Wrenched quite a bit behind here. He does have orange damage on him already, nearing the red. Although Ethan is unarmed, not for long. Sneaks in and grabs the spear.
But this is kind of a similar position to what happened in the first stocks of this game 1, where Wrench was behind, but he was able to deny weapons from Ethan and add up that damage and actually took the lead over Ethan.
A little bit of Katar damage going on. Is it going to be enough? There's some of the strings. There's the big offstage play.
With the ground pound!
Oh my gosh.
He went for it. I saw the whiffed gravity cancel downlight from Ethan, and Wrench saw it. So you saw him immediately shove Ethan off stage. Wants to keep him on that in-air cooldown, but he missed the ground pound, and that was enough for him to fall to his death. Ethan takes game 1.
Just at that crucial moment, able to skate around wide to the outside.
That's a sigh of relief coming out from Ethan.
Absolutely.
You're seeing it suddenly slow down as they're taking their time thinking about the maps. A little bit of icing coming out from Wrenched.
Yeah, really thinking about this map selection here. Just because there were 2 pivotal moments off stage.
Yes.
Ethan getting that turnaround edge guard, and then that final escape that Ethan had away from that ground pound.
That's got to be a little bit of a blow to the ego of Wrench, considering how much we, as casters, have lauded his offstage play. He's one of the strongest offstage players in the game, and to be beaten out twice by Ethan offstage, got to be a little bit of a blow, as he is 1 game away from getting knocked out of this tournament after winning 3 majors in a row.
Yeah, I mean, he is definitely the player that a lot of people are looking at right now. You know, he doesn't want to fall this short.
Absolutely not. He's definitely got high expectations for himself, but he's got to get through Ethan to maintain those expectations.
All right, now he's the one armed. He's got the blasters. Ethan having to skate around wide to grab the spear.
Ethan does, in fact, pick up the spear, but it's not the best weapon for the matchup against blasters. Generally speaking, against blasters, you want to be stacked, but spear doesn't really have a lot of stacked options. Maybe like a nair, but other than that, not much.
Yeah, you're left playing that ranged game, but blasters, they are the king of ranged combat.
That's why you're seeing Wrench getting a decent lead over Ethan as they swap up the weapons.
A little bit of jockeying for position in the center. Ethan sending Wrench wide. Wrench finding his way back. Whoa, gets just over that ground pound.
And he immediately goes for a ground pound of his own. He is going to punish the ground pound from Ethan with a nair, but no follow-ups there as Ethan was coming back to the wall. I was half expecting a Sarah or an air to come out, and Ethan's going to be the one launching Wrenched.
Oh, Clash Clash just saved Ethan's life.
Yeah, that was a big hit coming towards Ethan's face, but he didn't get the force, and it's going to be Ethan who takes the first stock.
All right, and now going into that weapon starve. Wrench able to kick Ethan off stage so he can get those guitars uncontested.
Side Sig stock count evened up. A little bit of damage on Wrenched.
Yeah, a little bit, but, you know, entirely negligible. It's dead even. Well, let's go Wrenched. I want to see some of these blasters.
He's got some blaster stuff. Downlight Sair. A little bit of a chase dodge. Tries to stay in position.
I mean, that damage is adding up. Look at that. I mean, Lucien, he doesn't have that much strength, but Hattori doesn't have that much armor, so it's kind of a wash in the end. So every attack is just extra gravy.
Yeah, with common stances, it's going to be like 4 strength to the 5 defense of Hattori. Goes for the chase into the down sig. The slap down from Wrenched, and a huge lead for Wrenched now.
Ethan able to he just dashes in, gives him a quick little bop in the face.
Like, I'm still playing. Just kind of give him a little check.
Just to remind you what can happen. Going into the high movement here. Ethan again going for those bounce plays. Incredibly strong option for
nice.
the gravity cancel, neutral light covering so much area.
But Wrench still makes his way back to the wall, and Ethan knows he has to cover there. You see him trying to stay a little bit low. It's going to be the downlight recovery that does get the stock.
And back and forth, we are back in it again. Final stocks here, game 2.
I like this decision from Ethan to stay with the sword. The way that he's been opening up Wrenched is with these like dash jump and then a stacked gravity cancel while in the air. Downlight is what's been getting him.
Yeah, I mean, that is incredibly popular of an option. Yeah. So it's a strong option. It's one that most players should be going for if they are playing sword.
Punish. Ooh. Goes for the bounce.
Yep. I mean, that's ideally what you want to be doing when you set up that combo. If it's not going to be going into a side air edge guard or the recovery for the KO, you want that bounce of the down air to try and get a little bit extra.
The higher damage potential there if you can follow up off of that bounce. And I like that Ethan, he has different follow-ups off of it. We saw him in a ground pound. We saw him go for a gravity cancel downlight. He actually mixes it up off of that bounce.
Ooh, Wrenched was hunting for that dodge. Ethan spent it, but continued running to the outside, using Hattori's speed to just cover a little bit of extra ground. Wow! Big neutral signature from Wrenched.
You saw the patience on both sides. Ethan was stuck on that wall, was just bouncing on it. The exclamation points come out, and Wrenched was just ready for it. Hit him with the neutral signature.
I mean, that's the danger. When you see that first exclamation point appear, it's like, uh-oh, there's one. Once you hit 3 of those, you've got to get back on stage, or else your jumps just don't reset.
The big thing, though, is like a lot of players start getting uncomfortable when they see that first exclamation point. That's when you start to see them make those panic moves. That's when Ethan immediately started going up. There's players like Boomy, who is very comfortable with those exclamation points, and you'll see him see one, and he'll still be doing that, jumping on and off the wall.
Oh, yeah.
And Wrench was kind of knew that Ethan was going to panic when that first one came out, and that's the second that it happened.
I mean, that's the kind of read you need to have on your opponent if you're looking to take a tournament set, especially this deep into top 8.
You got to know their mindset. But here we go. Game number 3 now.
And again, it's more Mammoth Fortress.
I mean, that's North America for you. They love their Mammoth Fortress.
It's a nice, stable stage. And you know what? It really hasn't been the factor in deciding any of these matches.
Yeah, there's no like major features on it that'll completely sway. Sometimes that soft platform will get in the way, which is why you'll see players shy away from it. But other than that, there's no like super short walls or super close kill boxes, or conversely, super far kill boxes.
Yeah, I mean, it has more than enough space for Wrench to run those crazy guitar strings, though.
And plenty of space for him to back away, avoiding that sword or the spear neutralite.
Uh-oh. Oh, Wrench definitely going for that opener. The dash side light on Katars. Usually what you see Katars player going for, they're going for that grounded approach.
It works really well. You can follow up off of it with that downlight. But Ethan with the follow-up gets the recovery onto Wrench, but didn't quite get a lot of the damage off of it.
Second time's the charm, though.
Had to hit the second one. Slight lead for Ethan, though. Still denying weapons. Doesn't go for the pickup. Instead, was trying to go for the unarmed onto Wrench.
Ooh, went for that extra slide kick follow-up, but Wrench, knowing that he can dodge up and out.
Doesn't go over the corner. Gonna deny weapons.
Good punish on the recovery. That's the thing, the Blaster's recovery, it's incredibly strong. It covers a lot of horizontal distance, potentially, a lot of vertical, but it is pretty punishable. Unfortunately, Ethan getting punished as well. Uppercut off the top. I love that signature, just because it's like the slice forward into such a satisfying uppercut.
The quick follow-up straight up. And I like the adjustment coming out from Wrench. He's doing a lot more gravity cancel attacks kind of on wake up, which is really throwing Ethan off.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely something you need to do to try and corral a player that has the movement that Ethan does. I mean, you can see how he's kind of bunny hopping around constantly. He's got the high speed to do it. He's got the weapons that have a ton of aerial coverage that just kind of let him dictate the pace.
He's been dictating this corner, but Wrench does find a spot above him. Hit him with that down air. He's going to be able to reset his jumps. Trying to get some damage in here, but the recovery.
Ooh, okay, back on the Katars. Still behind in damage, but those Katar strengths could do it. Whoa, avoiding that signature. You know, you don't see that one too often during like just neutral play, but once you're starting to hunt for the KOs, it's incredibly powerful. It reaches up so high.
Oh yeah. Especially it's got that teleport forward too inside of it, but Wrench
tricky.
Gonna get the second stock and have the lead now. And he's feeling confident. You saw him drinking that can.
Uh-oh, but answered immediately back with some fireworks of his own. Ethan now tied up 1-1.
It's the emote rock, paper, scissors, right? Fireworks beats can.
So then what beats fireworks?
Well, it's likely going to be a flag or a salt.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. Both of those really strong options against the fireworks. Falling down here. Goes for the falling Sare as a follow-up, but Ethan able to avoid it. Dodges straight through.
Ooh, dash in side light. A little hard to place those just because it does have such a dead zone towards the user, but it's one of the best pokes in the game if you can. Look at him just using it time and again.
Super long range attack. Great priority on it.
Yeah, Wrench definitely has been putting in the work on his blasters. Now he's got the guitar, edge guards, goes for the big signature. The neutral air afterwards, spiking Ethan down just too far.
And you saw Ethan go for the gravity cancel neutral signature.
Oh, he had to.
He had to. And had it hit, it would have been great, but Wrench was ready for it, and you saw him already falling underneath it and going to the outside, going to the other wall. And that means Wrench is going to hold on in the loser's bracket.
Woo.
And he will be continuing.
Man, all right. So still alive, still going.